Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today. I don't know why I'm so happy, but we're going to talk about 4 signs that a recession is going to happen. And I found the greatest article ever about this. And man, oh man, does this guy support his data with this. But before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our email list. And we just had one go out, and you should check your spam filter to make sure that you're getting that. But let's get right into it. Deutsche Bank has a lot of different economists that work for Deutsche Bank. And there's one of their lead economists, Jim Reed, did the most amazing study on recessions. And as boring as this may sound, this guy just didn't go back 25 years, 50 years. He went back 323 years to 1700. And he looked at all the major G7 countries, which are Japan, the UK, Italy, Germany, the United States. I know I'm missing a couple, but all these different countries. And do you know that the UK kept recession data back to 1700? Isn't that crazy? We started keeping track of it in 1947. So, you can go back and look at GDP and all these different things, but there are, all this data right now that points to the fact that we're having an economic downturn, that we're in an economic downturn, and that this is going to get worse. And when it gets worse, it's only going to be compounded, and you're going to see, much more damage caused to the global economy. And this time, it's going to be something that's going to affect so many different countries around the world. No one's going to get out of this unscathed. And a couple things I want to point out that are just absolutely amazing. Let me show you this. Now I have to look at the cheat sheet and think about this. Between 1902 and 1942, the United States saw 9 recessions during that time. And between 42 and 82, there were 10. And then between 1982 and 2022, there were only 4 recessions in the United States. And you can go and look at the other countries. You can go look at everybody. Also, Canada was included in that list that I forgot to say earlier. But here are the 4 main things that are precursors that have always proven to have a recession attached to them. And the first one is, this is funny, inflation increasing 3%. 3 points over a 24-month period. Well, okay, guys, we've had that already, and then some. The yield curve inverting, which we've had for 2 years now. What is it? Close to 2 years we've had the yield curve inverting, where basically the 10-year yield, if you put your money in the bank for a longer period of time, you get a higher interest rate. Not anymore. Right now, if you put your money in with the 5-year term, you get more money than you do with the 10-year term. That's an inverted yield curve. Okay, that's happening right now. Short-term notes increasing, short-term rates increasing 1.3% in a 12-month period. Well, hello, we've had the highest interest rates over, in the last 22 years, and they're going to continue to go up right now. They're going to continue to go up. That's going to happen. And then oil increases 25%, which we've had that too. So all 4 of those things have led us to the fact that Jim Reed says, wait a second, this is going to lead to a recession. When you talk to traders and people like that, like Bob Kudla, who was on the show last week, we're in a recession. All the businesses that you deal with are in a recession. Talk to anybody who collects money. I spoke with Fran today, who runs the charity Joseph Dream House, and the trials and tribulations of running a charity and everything that she has to deal with. Everything is down, but she prepares meals for families that are hungry, okay? And puts a nice meal together and prepares that. It's gone up exponentially. She used to have people that made over $100,000 a year that would donate to her. Now they're clients of hers. More and more of this is happening. This is just not just a fluke. This is the sign of the times as far as how bad things are right now. Plus, want to hear something crazy? September is, they have months, they name different months. This is Hunger Awareness Month in September. Is that insane that you have to have a month that there are people in the world that don't have, a decent meal out there? So share your thoughts on this stuff. We're heading towards a recession. What do you guys think about this? The funniest thing that I heard today driving here was, we can't have a government shutdown. If we get a government shutdown, you know what this could mean to the economic data? They may not be able to give us proper economic data in a timely fashion. I want any of my subscribers, I want you to write down the word real in the comment if you think that the data that we get is real. If you think it's fake, write fake, because I don't believe at all that the data that we're getting from the government as far as employment, as far as everything is real. The fact that the Fed is still talking about their 2% fantasy land for inflation is ridiculous. This is not going to happen, guys. You're not going to have 2% inflation anytime soon. Get ready to pay more. Get ready to pay more for gas than you've ever paid. All these experts now are firmly stating that we're going to have $150 a barrel oil right now. Well, you need to have an electric car. Okay, good for you. Go get one. Go sign up today. It's insane, guys. That it's absolute Looneyville that you're forcing people into $60,000 and $70,000 cars. And my favorite is certain apartment complexes and places like that they want to charge you to install these electrical plugs that are just so easy to put in. Thousands of dollars to do this. So share your thoughts on this. Do you agree with these 4 things? Do you think we're going to see a recession? Read the article because it's fantastic as far as the breakdown on a potential recession that we're already in. So share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Now, I laugh at this stuff because it's kind of funny. One thing that is just makes you scratch your head is the bank closures right now. You're seeing bank branches close like we've never seen before. Bank of the West just merged with BMO, and you're seeing these branches come all over the place. And then you're seeing the closures of different branches. Bank of America here in Southern California, another 4 branches. The thing that kind of floored me was First Republic Bank is going to close 14 branches. Now, they were purchased by JP Morgan, remember, through the bankruptcy and their closure. And basically this is like a police raid that JP Morgan came in there with a warrant, held it up, threw it down on the ground, took what they wanted and left the trash. Okay? So that's the only way to describe this, and it was definitely a police raid. So, now we got some trash. Gonna get rid of the branches. 14 branches. How many people work at 14 branches of a bank? I don't know, 4, 8 at each one? What do you think? Seriously, a lot of people just lost their jobs. Today, they announced that. You're going to see this more and more often, okay? A couple things that are disturbing. We talk about phishing, which is PHISHING, phishing, where they try to scam your data and things like that. You have to be careful. Right now, they're saying T-Mobile may be under a cyber attack right now. So for those of you that have T-Mobile right now, let me know if you've heard anything. Let me know if you have any data. Email it to hello@iAllegedly if you do. But this is disturbing. Now, the thing about this that's concerning is Mickey sends me an email today that says, hey, listen, Dan, I got contacted by CVS where they want to go through my health information and go through all of my, my prescriptions and have me walk them through it. Only problem was, she called CVS and they said, we don't do any such thing. It's not us. It was somebody trying to get your data. And again, you don't know what it is. You don't know what they're trying to do. You have to be leery of this stuff. And just be on the lookout for this stuff when you get this. I've told you guys about my late girlfriend and everything that's happening. There's just been so many things, and so many people have been telling me about different scams that they've been set up with, where people knock on the door and ask for somebody's, hey, is your internet out too? Who are you? you know, and the person doesn't live in the neighborhood, just to find out who's in the house, what you're doing. Be very careful of this stuff. Be very, very careful. One thing that I was contacted by last week was my insurance company. Well, at least they said they were with my insurance company. And and they're like, hey, we have a free home health assessment where we come out. I said, I already have a doctor. I don't need you to come out and do this. No, this is different. We're going to give you a health assessment, see if you need any assistance. I don't need any assistance at all. I'm fine. I'm healthy. Well, you're in that age group. You know, falls are a risk with someone of your age. Okay. And you have to be careful to make sure that you're protected and that you're not doing anything that could be dangerous. But let us come out and we do this health assessment. Basically, what they want to do is build the insurance company. Now, my late girlfriend, because she had cancer, there was different programs like this that she could get. And we had to weed out the good ones from the bad ones, because there were ones that were scams where, oh, we're going to come and do your laundry. We're going to come and help you. And then they would bill the insurance company outrageous figures for this. And she's like, I don't want you guys to do this. I don't want you to have anything to do with this. And they know nothing about your health. You know, they're not doctors. They're not treating you. They're just basically milking the system. So you have to be leery of that. And that's what Mickey, needed to avoid, to make sure that she wasn't going to fall victim to that either. Now, on a happier note, Jimmy Buffett passes away. And think about it. His songs grew in popularity by 7,000%. Streaming, Spotify, iTunes sales, everything like that. That is crazy, guys. And Worthmore passed away than he ever was, while he was alive. He was very successful, but crazy that a guy passes away and everything goes up like that. And you've seen this. It's so funny. Elvis was Worthmore dead, which is I'm not trying to minimize this or be cold or callous in any way. But you see this a lot with celebrities that pass away, and oh gosh, I got to get that guy's songs, like they're going to disappear on us. So it happened with Glenn Frey and the Eagles. Happened with David Bowie. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, was so adamant about not sharing his music while he was alive with anything commercial that when he passed away, I mean, they made millions of dollars from the TV commercial rights, all the movie rights, everything that they did with all that stuff. It was crazy. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. It's a beautiful day out here, and hope you're enjoying it as well. A couple things that are fascinating about Amazon right now. Yeah, they're hiring a ton of people for the holidays, but got a bunch of stories out of the UK about Amazon sellers who had their sales blocked, and they held the money from Amazon sellers, and people had to get lawyers, people had to get representation to get Amazon to finally release the funds. So many people make this mistake. I've had so many people talk to me about PayPal, Etsy, different places like that do, they basically are your e-commerce company, and then they hold the funds. And you can't allow that. You've got to get the money out of there. Oh, I just keep my 18 grand sitting there. Okay. Well, they had a story below out of the UK. These people had, 40,000 pounds and couldn't operate their business, were basically put out of business at that time. And this is a real problem. A man from Amazon who's leaving right now the company sits down and says that he knows the cost of AI, and AI, it costs a fortune to run on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, and that Alexa, they're going to start charging everyone to use Alexa, which is funny that they're going to do that. So Alexa, what are you wearing? Always like to ask Alexa questions like that. She almost went down for the count. Alexa, do you like Dan from iAllegedly? Anyways, Alexa, it's kind of funny because they're going to charge this, and they're charging hundreds of thousands of dollars a week to run that, and companies cannot afford it. So you're going to start paying for this stuff to have the thrill of AI attached to all this stuff. So let me know what you think about this, if you think it's realistic. Again, if you are a seller of anything, have a backup plan to get the money out. I am telling you this right now. This channel was started on getting people grants, but it was also started on getting people their PPP money, and their account gets locked out because they had a business that basically did $2,000 a month in sales, and then all of a sudden they got a $13,000 PPP loan, and the bank said, wait, what is this? It's too much money for you, so we're holding it. It's a suspicious deposit, and the people didn't know how to act on it. Get the money out of the banks. Get it out of the banks, get it out of the banks, get it out of the banks. You're starting to see so many different things that are concerning right now. There's another, this is disturbing on its own, and you're seeing fake celebrities. If you guys are ever on TikTok or any of the other social media platforms, you're seeing fake celebrities that are endorsing products right now, and there is a site called Temu, T-E-M-U, and a lot of people have had their data stolen using it. It's basically stuff shipped from China. Now, I questioned this before, and people said, oh, it's the greatest place, Dan. You can get shoes for $4 a pair. And I can't stand any place I shop at where they say, this item's $6, you click on it, and it's $26. So goodbye. That's the end of me with that. But you're starting to see this. Mixin Network, that is a cryptocurrency network that's open platform that had basically $200 million taken from them. $200 million from this open crypto platform. Is it safe? We asked this question last week when Mark Cuban got taken. So take a look at that video. Is our crypto safe? And again, you had another platform that had $200 million worth of your money stolen from that. So there's that. Plus tokenization. How do you tokenize? How do you monitor and take currency and turn it into a token? So there's a study by the US government that's attached below on the tokenization of money and how great it's going to be. And I'm telling you guys this, MGM Grand, think about this. You walk into a casino with cash and, oh, you want to use a slot machine? Hang on. How do we do this? Okay. Well, I was in there, guys. Oh, you want to cash out? Okay, wait a second. Let me get Bart over here and let him cash you out for your $1.29. And you put 100 in the machine, you lost all that money, but we got to cash out. This is going to be a disaster. Cash is king. Remember that. Share your thoughts on this stuff so far, guys. Something I found in the food news that was kind of fascinating. The singer Chris Brown is getting sued by City National Bank. And you may not even know who Chris Brown is, but he's a singer, and he wanted to buy 2 Popeyes franchises. And I'm like, oh wow, how much are Popeyes franchises? Well, Chris borrowed $2 million to do that and didn't pay it back. And now he owes them $2.1 million. And they're a little angry with Chris about that, which I thought was fascinating that he didn't pay that back. But man, oh man, Popeyes, it's really nice. I mean, they got that spicy rice and the spicy chicken and all that stuff. But Chris Brown just didn't follow through and didn't pay his bill. So, see, that's the thing. You have a celebrity like that, oh, this is Chris Brown's Popeyes chicken. You'd line out the door for that, for his fans that would do that. So that's the thing. Chris Brown has a sordid past for a lot of things. My favorite thing is like the wild animals and things like that he's had in his house, and getting in trouble for stuff like that. I found that to be fascinating. So whether you know who he is or not. One thing that's crazy is I keep getting people writing me about their homeowners insurance in, of all places, Florida. Florida is an absolute scam. There's 2 stories out there that are awful where, first things first, one guy goes out and has a house forever, basically over 15 years, and then decides he's going to get solar put in. So he goes out and gets, the bid for the solar, changes his insurance company. The solar contractor comes out and says, hey, listen, you need to file a claim with your old insurance company and have them pay for the roof to get done because you need a new roof. So the guy does that, and guess what? The new insurance company says, we're not going to cover you anymore. You don't have insurance. And the old insurance company isn't going to cover him either. So he's kind of in a catch-22. He's going to have to pay for the roof himself. And you're going to see more and more things like this come up. And this is what happened with these other people where they had $6,000 for their homeowners insurance last year. they go, because of the storm damage, needed to get a new roof, got prices as high as $28,000 to get their homeowners insurance, which is outrageous, 28 grand. So back and forth, they settle for $12,000. Now here's the thing, read the story below, because they can't afford the house now. They have to leave, they have to move out of the house because they can't afford the $12,000. You're going to see this more and more and more often. Now, as we sit here, you've got interest rates for mortgages well above 8% right now, all over the place. If you don't think that this is going to dramatically affect real estate, you're kidding yourself. You're absolutely kidding yourself. So, you haven't seen anything yet. It's just the beginning of the downturn. And that's what, nobody knows until everybody knows. And it's the type of thing that, well, things aren't bad, Dan. We're still getting over ask for right now. And as I went this last weekend, for giggles, I just went and looked at some houses in some areas that I really like. And, it's going to go tonight, sir. Do you have your checkbook? That's what one person said. I laughed. No, I don't have my checkbook. Okay, it's in the car. So, needless to say, oh look guys, look at the bunnies, wild bunnies. Okay? So, needless to say guys, you're going to see more and more. Oh, these bunnies are all over the place. Look at this. Okay? So, 8% guys, 8%. Now I've got people around, Dan, I bought my house and it was in Cerritos, California, and I had a 14% interest rate. Congratulations, you bought your house for $36,000. It was basically a high car payment for you. You know that. Everybody knows that. These houses have gone up 10 times. These low interest rates that the Fed inflicted on everybody with this free money made it so that construction went up through the roof. All this construction went up through the roof, but nobody wants to look at that and accept that. So get ready, guys. Do yourself a favor. The best thing that you can do, and tell your kids, your friends, even your enemies, pay off your debts, guys. You want your enemies to be able to pay you. You don't want them to go bankrupt on you. Remember that. Okay? It's a lesson I've learned. And that, oh God, I would like nothing more than this guy to go out of business. Oh, he can't afford it now? Oh, dang it. Okay, I guess I was wrong. Keep everybody in business, guys. But I'm telling you this right now, get rid of every worthless debt, sell everything you can. Saw a great interview with Grant Cardone talking about this is going to be the opportunity of a lifetime in real estate. And whether you like that guy or not, he's absolutely right. Because you're going to see things go on sale that have never gone on sale. You're starting to see buildings in Los Angeles County that have not been available for 30 and 40 years that you could rent right now. And not because businesses are going under left and right. That's what you're seeing right now. So you're going to see these high interest rates take a massive toll on businesses, and you're going to see the continued high price of oil affect things. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out here today. I'm going to end this video with this last story, and this is absolutely epic what this kid pulled off. In 2020, Mehran Jalil was at his house with his housemates, locked up because of COVID. So he was cooking steaks for his buddies, and this guy's a 21-year-old AI company founder, and they were like, wow, your steakhouse is amazing. So the friends would go and have this guy cook for them. So much so that in Manhattan, they went out and they made like a Google map dot, on the map that would sit there and say it's Mehran Steakhouse. And people would show up and knock on this kid's apartment and say, hey, I'd like to eat here. How do I get in? So they set up a website, and the website had a wait list, and it was like, I'm sorry, we're booked years in advance. And he had 2,600 people on the wait list, which is, that's impressive enough. What they did over the weekend was unbelievable. They rented an old bathhouse in Manhattan and turned it into a Mehran Steakhouse, and then emailed people and said, hey, listen, you have availability for Saturday night. if you'd like to join us. And people flocked, sold out show, and they cooked for these people. Now, here's the thing, you know, talking about how this place was 100 years old and how, you know, it's unlike any other steak experience you've ever had. And people started to figure out maybe this is fake because he had pictures of himself, you know, through history with people like Albert Einstein, JFK, Obama, Marilyn Monroe ate there once, okay? I mean, just epic, 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 epic. But completely pulled it off, and it was a complete hoax. That is absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But it just goes to show you the pretentiousness of these people in New York that would pay anything, and they charged them a fortune for this too. So they fed them, they had real food, they did all that stuff, but they just made it so that it was just basically a big ruse on everybody there, and showed how these people would wait in line for everything. You know, he talked about, hey, we were the first people to have bone marrow ice cream, which doesn't that sound gross? I don't even know if it exists, but needless to say, sub-pretentious New Yorker, I'm sure, would eat that. So read the story below from the New York Post, because that's funny. It's a great way to end this video. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and email me at hello@iAllegedly with any good stories. Plus, make sure you join the email list. Okay, guys? Onward and upward. I will see you very soon.